Welcome back to the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Joseph Furtado. Labor Day weekend brought with it a slew of high school football games as several big teams kicked off the season, including Hamilton. The Huskies had been barred from playing in the postseason as punishment for a recruiting violation over the summer, but the AIA rescinded that probation last week. Cronkite News reporter Adam Schwager tells us the program has new life.
Last Tuesday, Hamilton head coach Michael Zadebski left the AIA offices victorious in the Huskies' appeal to remove their probation from the playoffs. 3 days later, he left the football field victorious as Hamilton won its season opener. Hamilton played with purpose after being granted new life. Former defensive coordinator Tim Doherty, who was accused of recruiting a player from Cesar Chavez over summer, was placed on leave. The move helped Hamilton's appeal to the AIA as the team named defensive line coach Parker Barrett as Doherty's replacement. Now, after 2 weeks of turmoil, the Huskies are putting their focus back on the football field.
Yes, sir. We're not worried about none of the outside noise. We focus on what's on in between the white lines. So we just came, did our business, and we ready for week 2.
Despite the coaching change, the Hamilton defense showed up in a massive way on Friday night, giving up 0 points in the first 3 quarters with the first-team offense in their 38-14 victory over Centennial.
Kids have done a great job of practicing and preparation, and just worrying about playing football, and they're wonderful kids.
With their season back on track, Hamilton will look to capture their first state title since 2012. In Chandler, Adam Schwager, Cronkite News.
Hamilton's first big test will come just 2 games into the season when they travel to Nevada this weekend to take on the top 10 national powerhouse, Bishop Gorman. And September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and NASCAR Cup Series champs Chase Elliott and Jeff Gordon teamed up for the inaugural NASCAR Ignition Luncheon benefiting Phoenix Children's Hospital. NASCAR legends took time out of their busy schedules to raise money for childhood cancer. The luncheon, which honored Daniel Sanchez, a young bone cancer patient at Phoenix Children's Hospital, was held at the Biltmore Hotel. NASCAR Hall of Famer Dale Jarrett was master of ceremonies. With the 16-driver field for the 2022 NASCAR Cup playoffs now set, Jarrett says anything could happen in the chase for the Cup.
This looks like it is setting up for Chase Elliott to win the second championship, but are we going to have a real surprise winner? We've had surprise winners a lot this year, but is someone going to jump in there that we're really not expecting and grab their first championship?
Chase Elliott lost his points lead after crashing and finishing last at Sunday's Southern 500. The final cup will be handed out at Phoenix Raceway November 6th. After a breakout freshman year topped off with an Intercollegiate Tennis Association Rookie of the Year award, Arizona State tennis star Murphy Cassone had a chance to make his claim at the 2022 U.S. Open. Cronkite News reporter Haley Smilo has the story from our Washington bureau.
For Murphy Cassone, the thought that he might play in the U.S. Open started to become real last year.
Last year, every time I'd practice, I'd think practice like you're practicing the U.S. Open. And so having that mindset every day, then actually getting there was really big for me too.
He realized that dream, even if it didn't turn out quite the way he hoped, getting knocked out by Liam Brody in the first round of the U.S. Open qualifiers, Cassone took Brody down in the first set, 6-3. But Brody came back to win 7-6 and 6-1 to take the match. Still, Sun Devils men's tennis coach Matt Hill says Cassone showed he belonged.
He did not at all look like a fish out of water by any means. He, ball striking wise, was as good or better than a lot of the guys in the 100 to 200 range that we were seeing in the qualifying.
With the U.S. Open behind him, Cassone is now focused on his sophomore season. He's looking to continue his strong showing from the Pac-12 season where he went 9-0 in singles matches.
I beat the number 1 player in college. That match really changed my whole season around, as it was just made me realize I could compete at that level and do it consistently.
Tennis has always been the Kansas native's life. He said his parents took him to the court as a baby while they played, and he's had a racket in his hands since he was in diapers. It was his athleticism and natural talent that made him stand out from the rest for ASU coach Hill.
His athleticism and his skill set and his kind of frame as an athlete was kind of the first thing I would say that drew me as a recruiter. It's kind of the first thing you see, right? But then, yeah, as I got to know him, I mean, his personality and his discipline and the way he works at his craft, that really stood out to me as well.
And that work ethic may leak his own back to the U.S. Open, perhaps next time in the main draw. In Washington, Haley Smilo, Cronkite News.
Kasson was among 2 ASU men's players in this year's U.S. Open. Konstantinos Koshis made it to the main draw in the juniors, but got eliminated in the field of 64. Meanwhile, former ASU women's player Desiree Kravchuk has made it to the quarterfinals at the U.S. Open in doubles and mixed doubles. Kravchuk is a 4-time major champion in mixed doubles and is a source of pride for the Sun Devils.
Do what she's done. It's super exciting and she's fun to watch anyway. I don't know if you've ever seen Desiree or met her, but she's got a lot of energy and passion to her, and she's a lot of fun to root for sure. So yeah, it's super exciting.
For mixed doubles, Kravchuk is paired with Desiree Schurz, and they play tomorrow night in the quarterfinals. That's it for today's Cronkite Sports Report. Back to you, Mackenzie.